Speaking of fun, Blake told us about the Bus One boys.
Yes.
It has caused fanfare online. They're like, because he threw it out there that there might be some merch.
I was going to say, we're waiting for the merch and the
song.
logo.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a theme song.
Oh,
There's a theme song
I crafted it in about 10 minutes on the bus on the way to a game.
Would you like to share?
Well,
no,
we're here
that's
for
not
it.
a question. You have to share.
We'll say it's we're going to have to pay a little bit of royalties off to Billy Joel from Uptown Girl.
Yeah.
Because it's taking Uptown Girl, it's Bus One
One
Boys, and then there's a couple stanzas. I think it's a little bit less exactly our group and more about Bus One Boys throughout the NBA and the weird experiences that you go to when you arrive at the arena at 3 o'clock for a 7:30 game. That's not exactly accurate, but it is hyperbole, and that's a literary device.
Okay, I want to hear about the experiences.
And we started with Luke Kornet.
But first, I want to hear about that group. And you talk about the special camaraderie in this locker room. How special is that group in particular?
Yeah, it's great. It is kind of funny because I don't know if I've ever been on a group where, like, when we were coming on the bus to go to the game, like, we're talking, like, basically the entire ride or like all bus rides in general, which
usually
like generally
quiet.
It's pretty quiet and everyone's got headphones on and stuff like that. But it's, so me, Blake, Payton, Sam.
It was Justin Jackson.
Yeah, Jay Jack was a big part and Noah were a big part of it. But the first part about it that makes it such a strong identity is there's like significant and intense shaming if you're ever not on Bus One.
Oh.
So it's definitely like it's all happy and positive vibes, but there's deep, deep fear underlying all of it of being ostracized from the group. And I feel like it's that fear that really makes the best of us all come out.
Brings you together.
It's a great lesson for aspiring coaches out there.
What is the strangest thing that's happened to you arriving at an arena 4 hours before tip?
Well, it's a lot of time together too, like just that group.
Yeah.
And this was huge shout out Jay Jack. I think just like the process of like when you're like warming up and going to work out like 3.5 hours before the game, like, and you get like great, nice and loose, and then you just sit for like 2.5 hours.
Gotta do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then also that like every single halftime, timeout, anthem, all those things get rehearsed like every single time, and you're trying to shoot, and there's like the anthem, and the lights are going out,
the
and
dancers
they're running.
are sometimes
the dancers
out there.
are like encroaching on the 3-point line, and you're just like, this is like my 15 minutes. If I could just really have my 15 minutes, but
to focus,
that's a part of the Bus One. Yeah, you gotta release control. Yeah, for sure.
Do you think that fear that you talked about is the reason why Blake actually came to the bus in LA from his house and didn't go directly?
Assuredly. Yeah, it definitely. I think because there might have been one time, I don't know if it was him or if I think it might have been Noah early on, where I think because someone was out that night, he had a later shooting time, because that happens sometimes. And if you don't formally issue like, hey, I'm not going to be on Bus One.
Is that like on a thread, Bus One Boys
thread?
The group chat.
Yeah, we got to.
Oh gosh, that's a whole other.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was a part of it, because like once someone doesn't mention it, then like, there's a whole coming back, like what am I trying to bring them back in kind of process. We don't just accept you back wholeheartedly. It is you
have to work
you have
for
to earn
it.
Yes, you earn love in Bus One for sure.